let's go over to let's go to the extreme end. Dickens, well, can Parliament says this is the amount that UMEME is being paid. UMEME says that's not the amount. Is there a way in which these figures can be verified?
As long as the UMEME continues operating on these wrong and bad agreements, we cannot get anything good from them. And all these things they are talking about, actually, they are just speculations. They are telling us Ugandans that we are benefiting. Just about a year ago, when we were using almost 150 megawatts from thermal, they were saying they were the ones putting the tariffs high. When we removed thermal after Bujagari, actually the tariffs moved from 420 to the current 500 something. And the biggest percentage that is costing us in the tariffs is done by UMEME's inefficiency.
All right.
He has not substantiated anything he said.
All right. My very competent panel has had its say. Let's come over to you, my audience. I have a gentleman in a blue jacket. Yes, sir. What's your name and your question or comment?
Emmanuel Chitamirika is my name.
Yes, Emmanuel.
I think for me, the whole circus to do with UMEME is one of those failed liberalization schemes we have in this country. And I want the gentleman from UMEME to tell us what expertise did they bring to Uganda.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. We'll take a note of your question. Let's go to Honorable David Pulkol.
Yeah, UMEME should know, and the public should know, that our members of parliament are representatives of citizens of Uganda. All the power belongs to the citizens of Uganda. And they have delegated that power to their MPs as their watchdogs, their nyamparas, their supervisors of the executive. So when our interests are shortchanged, when they are hurt, when our interests are undermined as citizens of Uganda, they must speak for us. Therefore, they have blown the whistle. They say there is something fishy here. It must be renegotiated. And I think nobody should overrule what our leaders, our representatives are doing. So to this we say a plus really to the 9th Parliament. And the 9th Parliament must have its teeth. It must bite. I think this is the time to go and renegotiate. What does UMEME now say about terminating this bad agreement and putting in its place a better agreement?
All right. Is
UMEME going to pull out, or is UMEME going to stay and renegotiate better deals for citizens of Uganda?
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable David Pulkol. I will come to my audience to get one more question, but first let's hear from Henry.
Okay, to Emmanuel, firstly, I'd just like to say that the team that is running UMEME and the team that make the investment in UMEME, which is the Actis Fund out of the United Kingdom, have invested and done this in Colombia. They are currently doing Morocco, the total energy sector in Morocco. They're doing the energy sector in Cameroon. So it is not a team of uninformed people, but extremely experienced and trusted, and that's why they have been able to access these other markets. Unlike Uganda, where Uganda only gave them the distribution, Morocco has given them 100%. Cameroon has given them 100%, and they're building hydro dams in Colombia. So it is not a cowboy outfit. That was the
wrong actually.
No, it is. The wonderful thing about today, the world we live in today, when you walk out of this room, when you can switch on your iPads, you can verify this information, which is not similar to what Dickens said earlier, that only in Uganda, where the whole of Africa is on prepayment. You know very well, Kenya has just launched prepayment metering. They're just rolling out. We're at the same level. Tanzania has not only begun. The only country in the region that is 100%, not 100%, but 90% is Rwanda. Burundi is not even on prepayment. So the generalization was wrong. To Honorable Pukol's comments, I did at the beginning appreciate the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee for the process in which they went through. We have issues with the content, but not issues with the whole idea. In terms of what would we do? I think that what the ad hoc committee has done has been their investigation. If we're to move this thing forward, we must have a whole sector engagement where the sector as a unit can find the common ground for moving forward. But as a business institution, for me to stand up and say, I'm ready to take the bullet. No, I'm ready to take engagement. This has technically been a one-way street there. The Parliament has gone, made its investigation. We appreciate the work they have done, but now it is time for common ground engagement, where we are standing at par, not a situation where the Honourable Minister, if I stand on her ground at Parliament, she can say what she wants. I say anything out of line, I get. So we can't have that discussion there. So I think that there will be a need for the country to have a discussion on energy, and then come out with, I don't know what to call it, a document on this is the future of the energy that we want to see, and this is how all players should be involved in it.
Henry, thank you very much. Honorable, yes, Honorable, it seems like Henry here wants you to become a minister, and you may become one soon.
No, I am not thinking about it.
Well,
first of all, Henry had talked about the issue of investments being for Uganda. You see, the way the agreement is structured is that if you do not differentiate investment done by government of Uganda money and that done by UMEME, in the agreement with UMEME, at the termination or at the end of the contract, anything UMEME has put as UMEME will have to be compensated. They have to be paid for it.
So, Honorable, why
with
is your
interest of 20%?
Why is your recommendation? Why is your recommendation termination and not renegotiating the contract?
Because we have seen, actually, if I'm he talked about UMEME being, first he said UMEME was a Ugandan company, you know, and now when things become hot, he now decides to start talking about companies which, you know, so no, let me finish. These are the way multinational con people. UMEME was, when they were negotiating with what they were calling CDC in Washington, and all the documents was CDC and another company. When it was like 11 days, UMEME was incorporated in Uganda, 11 days to signing of the agreement as a Ugandan company, 11 days.
And you accepted to sign a contract with them.
That is why we are saying all this agreement was a connivance between technocrats and UMEME. And if I'm even to tell you, the company, the people who signed, the law firm which signed as UMEME's representative when they were incorporating their company, was the same law firm that was advising the technocrats, government of Uganda, in Washington. You look at all this, and when the investigation became tough, UMEME ran and started telling the public, buy the share. So this is the high level of conning that multinational do to Africa.
Okay, we've heard from Honorable Betty Amongin. Now we are going over to Dickens. Dickens, Parliament is barking and barking loud, but will Parliament be able to bite? In the words of Honorable David Pulkor.
Of course, unfortunately, we are here actually I don't know what we need to do as Ugandans. I tell you, in 2010, we filed the case in the High Court of Uganda against UMEME and against the government. And one of the things we are saying, all the meters and all the investments of UMEME should be verified by independent government institutions. The case is not taking place. When we are there, in the first, when we are scheduling the conference in the High Court, I tell you, UMEME brought 12 lawyers from all the best law firms. We had one lawyer. And actually, the judge started telling us, so sometimes I was saying that, you know, we can blame UMEME. But UMEME has its own blame, and they're actually a wrong company.
And where else should blame be put?
They are a wrong company. At least we begin from there. They entered into a very, very unfair agreement.
We have to take a short break right now. When we come back from the break, this debate continues. You're watching Our Parliament.